Welcome back. Another week. First week of October. Let's get into it. All right, so this week was probably one of our worst weeks this quarter. We did have a really bad week. It was mostly on Thursday and Friday. Probably all Thursday the damage. Thursday was our big loss, and really a lot of stocks tanked on Friday. You got Palantir going down 8%. You had one of the companies that I have traded this quarter, which I wasn't in. Hims went down 9%. A lot of these volatile in the moment stocks, they have gone down a lot on Friday. And then Thursday, it was mostly a regular market day, but there was a specific news event that came out actually the day before, and so I already knew about it, and I thought it didn't affect the stock. And then the next day, it just goes parabolic. So, and the news was already known the day before, but apparently, no one price. I don't know why it didn't get priced in on Wednesday, but so that's why I kept on holding it. And then Thursday comes along, and then just goes boom. So there you go. Now I have exited the position, so I'm not in the position. That wouldn't be a smart move because I'm not sure where it's gonna go. Now it is one of the greatest bubbles I've ever seen. To be honest, I don't think it's big. It's huge. And those who know what I'm talking about, you already know that it's actually insane how little revenue and how much market cap a company can actually get. You're talking about in the tens of thousands of revenue, and they have a market cap in the billions. In the billions. All right, so total scams, total scams. But I'm not in the position anymore, so my current plan is to just, you can see here, Thursday, Friday, really hit the hit. Um, but my current plan right now is to basically not hold anything until it starts to actually fall. And, whether that be a couple days or not, I have to really carefully do that. So it might not even happen this quarter, it might just keep on going up. And so that could happen. But my idea is to really just keep it on the low until signs start to come up, and very closely monitor it. And that's kind of the plan. It's going more on a shorter time frame, so I might be I'm gonna be try to, in the meantime, I do some other stuff. But the idea is to mostly just kind of do quick trades and small gains. Kind of just get a steady way up. My idea, and that worked really well. We know my worst part of a quarter, which was around negative 20 something percent. And so during that time, I kind of just every day I just did one trade and just kept on doing that. And that in a way, there's benefits and there's, I guess, cons about it. The good thing is that you don't have the first say, and you're not bound to a stock in a way. So because at the moment, if you want to be able to do more than one trade in a day, really, with all of your capital, you need more than $25,000, which I don't have in the account. So what I have to do is if I buy a stock on one day and I sell it the same day, the money resets the next day. But if I buy it and then I sell it the next day, then the whole next day is basically gone. I can't do anything else. Um, and so really, the what happens is, if you buy a stock and then you have to be very confident about selling it. So the good thing about the other thing is that you're not bound to anything. Once you close your trade, you close your trade, and that's good. There's a good thing, a bad thing. I mean, the good thing is that if it crashes the next day, well, you did good. And if it goes up though, right, then you have the opportunity to go back in, which could lead to missed gains. But you also have to know when to get back in, and that's pretty hard. So I mean, do you typically want to do that in times where you want to be more incremental? You don't want to capture the whole swing. So it's that's what I'm trying to do right now. So that's probably gonna be going forward, but I don't plan on there being 9% jumps or whatever. It's gonna be mostly probably 1%, trying to steady back climb up, and end outperforming is our goal. And if in the meantime it crashes, and if it's able to crash in our quarter, then we could easily hit a 50% quarter easily. maybe even more. But that's kind of the idea. So just kind of wait. We just wait until the music stops. Really. So you got Nasdaq. We only outperformed one day, and it did gain a lot. The market is actually insane. To be honest, I think it's gained like for standard deviation to like it's sharp. It's probably in the threes right now. Something crazy. It's actually insane how resilient this market is. 51.7. So we're going down to the 50s here. SPY, you can see here, same thing. 1.1. And we're in the 48s. The idea is to get this into the 50s. So there we go. Not great, but whatever. And you got Dow. Dow's in it, same thing. And 54. Oh no, my bad, that should be 48.7. I always forget something. My bad. That's everything. So, we're only at negative 0.06. So what I want to do is I'm in a good position right now because I'm not negative 10% in the red. So I'm in a good position in that I'm able to be low risk right now and just wait it out. And so that's kind of the idea. And, you slowly climb back up, because I'm not in a huge need. The market's not up 10%. I mean, what was SPY up? I think SPY was around 4. Let's see SPY. So SPY was, yeah, so it's 3.87%. That's nothing crazy. That's easily outperformable. I can get above that, especially because we have around 2 months. So I'm not worried about outperforming. I think that's gonna happen. But I mean, the point is now that we're we're a little bit low. We're not the lowest point we've been, but we're a bit lower. I think it's probably best to just slowly incline because I don't have to put that much pressure. I mean, SPY's at 4%. So all right. So here you have Thursday. So Thursday was a huge day. You can see really I think our biggest loss on that day. And yeah, that was really, if it wasn't for Thursday, we'd be fine, but it was pretty bad. 41.4. There you go. It's decreasing. This was 75, so that was our first losing trade. So 60, or our second losing trade. So, I closed it out. That's great. It was a big loss, but I had to close it, and, I closed it well because I would have lost more, so that's good. Here you have your mean gain for the day and loss. So this is still actually well ratioed in a way. 3.54, that's getting quite high, but SPY's is insane. 0.43, there you go. And our ratios are still better, so that's great. Our difference has decreased by a lot, obviously. That -9 or -8 something definitely did do damage. But, all things considered, we're doing okay. Mean transactions, 0.45, decreasing. This is also decreasing. And beta, after all that negativity, it barely got affected. So that's kind of annoying. I wanted it to go down close to 0 so we could have uncorrelated, but, it's still up there. So it's mostly because SPY didn't really move. It was just like 0.3. SPY would have gone up like 3-4% and I'd be down more. Then this would have been affected a lot more. But because SPY was really doing nothing, this kind of just stayed the same. And then the beta, I didn't even put it because we obviously we're underperforming, so it's negative. And then you have our overall portfolio right now, so we're negative 1.8. Yeah, I really explained the plan before, but main idea is not take too much risk. That's the main idea. Be patient and think more in the short term. Not as much in the long term, which is what I typically like to do. But in this situation, there's really no option for that. And yeah, SPY's around 4, so we're on like 5.8% underperforming. Really in a week that's recoverable. From their past volatility, our daily standard deviation is 3.5, so that's recoverable. But thanks for watching, and what else? Nothing big this week. Nah. Yeah, not much. All right, well, see you.